Okay, Albuquerque Interview 3. We have here Michael, who is a delivery driver. And as everybody knows, my book series is about a delivery driver detective. Except, of course, my delivery driver is superior because he delivers packages in Roswell, New Mexico. So what do you have to say for yourself delivering packages in Albuquerque?
Albuquerque sucks.
Would you prefer to deliver packages in Roswell?
Maybe. The rural areas are like a little bit nicer to deliver to because there's like less to do, and so it's more relaxing. But yeah, like Albuquerque, it's a lot bigger, so there's more to do.
Okay, so bigger is not a very good description. I want something a little more descriptive.
More populous?
No, what I mean is that, okay, I never drive in Albuquerque anymore, and I used to drive more frequently in Albuquerque, but Albuquerque used to be this little podunk town in the middle of the desert, correct?
Take that back.
Okay, I'm sorry. Not podunk.
Maybe in like the 50s, I mean, I guess.
Okay, but Old Town, some of those buildings date to what era? Long before the 50s, right?
Oh yeah, like that, like the city center, like that probably goes back to some of the Spanish conquistadors. Like maybe not original, but like the area at least.
Right. Your ancestors.
Sure.
In other words.
I mean, maybe.
You're like, I don't know. I claim nothing.
I ask no questions. I tell no lies. Maybe. Who knows?
Okay, so what I mean is that it used to be this little... Okay, they probably didn't consider themselves podunk. You know, they were the... Well, no, because they weren't Santa Fe. Albuquerque wasn't even Santa Fe.
But Albuquerque was almost always bigger than Santa Fe.
Well, I get that, but they weren't the capital.
Not Das Capital, no. But they were, they were almost always bigger because military base.
And how long has the military base been here?
That I don't know.
I mean, we're talking about the conquistadores right now.
I mean, if you want to go back that far, all of New Mexico is a military base.
Right.
Ask Cope about that one.
My very long, drawn-out point is that it started out being the city center around, like, where the major people in Albuquerque lived, the big shots, right? And then it grew up and they didn't really do any city planning. And so you have all these like weird intersections where you have all these streets that are coming at weird angles, but they're really busy now because there are a lot of people here. And in fact, since the 90s, I think the population of Albuquerque has doubled. And so there is a lot of traffic, and the roads are literally insane. They're like a lunatic put them together, but it's really because there was no planning. So what do you think about delivering packages in that world?
Oh, it's awful because, so like what you're talking about is we have like a really weird mix of, we have like modern planning. So when you go like east of I-25, like east of Old Town, and like to the north, it's like very block style. It's very, I don't know, boring American straight lines in every direction. But like when you go,
I like straight lines.
It's easier to deliver to, sure, but like when you're like going as like a visitor, it's not as nice as like gentle curves and.
Okay, I find that grids are much more aesthetic than what we have here in Albuquerque.
It doesn't feel as natural though. Like if you compare it like city to city, delivering, yeah, like when you go like down a road and it's like here's this address, and you go the next like whatever block down, and it's like okay, now we're at the next one. It's easier to figure out if you're brand new, but like it's not as pretty. So I get the like appeal of both, but like delivering in like downtown. Or
so whoa, wait, back up a second. So do you think that it's not because the city planners were incompetent? You think that's because they had it?
I never said that.
You think that
I said nothing.
You were going for aesthetics?
No, I'm saying like probably like the old, like if you look at Old Town or like parts of downtown where it was like more the traditional layout, it wasn't like planned out. It was just like people putting buildings next to each other, and that was just what happened. As far as like the incompetence of the city planners, yeah, I'm gonna go with pretty incompetent. I don't know.
So not artistic at all.
No, I think it was more like
not with a gentle zen flow.
No,
in their
I
blood.
think it was just kind of like, this road is one way now. Why? I don't know. Who cares?
So not feng shui roads.
No.
No?
Because, like, okay, so if you go down, like, to the north, like, right to the northeast of downtown, there's, I forget what the road is, but it's a 3-lane, but it's a one-way. It makes absolutely no sense. You could have it go, like, opposite directions, like a single lane, and then have, like, a median turn lane or whatever. And that would actually help the flow of traffic, but we just don't. Albuquerque just doesn't do it. Why? I don't know.
There's a maze of one-way streets in downtown. It's crazy. Well, maybe not downtown, but around Central.
Downtown.
Downtown too. I don't really drive around there. I don't really drive around there.
If you're going as, like, a tourist or you're just there as, like, it's fine. But as, like, a delivery driver, no, it's awful. Especially if you're brand new and you don't know where to park. That's the other terrible thing, is there's no easy parking anywhere around there. So that just makes your day, like, 10 times worse. Because you're just like, do I illegally park and hope for the best and hope the cops are just, like, cool today? Or do I circle the block and hope to find a parking space that's easy enough to walk and hope that the boxes aren't too heavy? It's just flip of the coin.
So we're not going to really mention the company that you work for, but is one of the big package delivery companies, yes?
Sure, yeah.
What do you have to say?
Yeah.
What do you have to say about, not your company, we're not going to go there. What, you want to go there?
Okay, ask questions.
Okay. The next question is directed straight at you. What do you think of gated communities? Delivering to gated communities.
In what regard? Like, do I like delivering to them?
Yes. Are they the most pleasant places to deliver to?
I mean, in Albuquerque, yeah, but that's not exactly a high bar to set.
Okay.
I mean, the gated trailer parks are a little funny. I do get a giggle out of delivering there because it's a trailer park, but it's gated, so it's like it's like a weird mix of, like, opulence and, like.
Well, you can understand that if somebody is living in a trailer park, they don't want their friends and family coming.
Okay.
I mean, it's not just a given.
Oh.
I mean, how long have you lived in Albuquerque?
Not very long. I grew up nearby, but I didn't, like, live in Albuquerque per se.
Okay.
But I've, like, been around Albuquerque for a good chunk of my life.
Okay.
But, like, delivering to gated communities, it's there's way less crackheads, generally less crime for the most part. Do you have to deal with, like, the angry, bored people?
Right. That's what I was sort of looking for, was the, the
K word?
The what?
The K word.
What is this K word?
The Karens.
Oh, Karens. I really feel sorry for people named Karen.
I don't feel bad for the people named Karen. I feel bad for the people that are Karens.
What does that mean to you? What do the Karens do?
They'll just come out and yell at you for no reason. They'll yell at you for the other company that I won't name that did a bad job delivering their package, but somehow it's your fault from last week, and you're just like, okay, I'm sorry you're that bored with life, but, like, it wasn't me. It's not my company. I'm not responsible for it whatsoever. I apologize for the way you feel, I guess, and you move on with life. Like, there's nothing you can do to fix it. It's just like, either you yell at them or you don't, and hope that you have patience that day. I guess that's the best way I put it. I don't know.
Well, I mean, I think delivery drivers are responsible for all the ills of society, don't you?
All of them? Yes. Every bad thing, they are at the heart of it. Yeah. Yeah, totally. 100%.
Well, one thing is that they're also a part of all that is good in the world. Because, I mean, you're Santa Claus, right? Like all year
Generally,
round.
I mean, I guess, especially around Christmas,
No, all year round. You are Santa Claus all year round.
Yeah, we bring, like, the packages, the presents, the fun stuff. Like, there's the I guess it's not really a company, but, USPS, and they bring bills, so they're not fun.
Well, I mean, I would think that your company could bring ill will to people too.
Oh, for sure.
Like, especially if it's a legal document that they, have certified or whatever, and you have to get a signature and all that, right?
Yeah.
So that could bring ill tidings.
Sure. But then, there's just most of the volume is just people ordering crap from the internet.
No, I know. Right?
Just random, I don't know what, it's a box. That's the other funny question I get all the time is like, well, what's in it? It's like, do you want me to know what's in the box? Like,
well, I am really really surprised at how many boxes actually aren't wrapped. It actually shows what's inside.
What do you mean
On
by
the
not
outside
wrapped?
of the box.
Oh, yeah. Like, it depends. Some of it's marketing because they want people to be like, oh, it's a fancy whatever it is. And a lot of times, like, you'll just get a plain brown box or a plain envelope and it's whatever. I mean,
Right.
granted, like, that being said, after you're, like, used to it, you can pick up a box and be like, yep, that's, an engine part based on the packaging, the label, like, kind of. But as a general rule, like, it's a plain box. It could be whatever. It could be a toy. It could be, I don't know, phone accessory. You don't know.
So you don't get to know your trade well enough that you pick it up and by weight and size and shaking it, you know exactly what's in there?
You don't shake it.
Wait, you don't? And you don't toss packages either?
Well, try not to. I mean, accidents happen. I have drop boxes. I'm not, like, chucking them across the truck, because I feel like it. But, like...
I really think, in my head, I envision delivery drivers doing exactly that, chucking packages across the truck.
I mean, I've seen things.
Okay.
But, like, most of the time, I would say most of the people that I work with, generally speaking, don't do that. A lot of times it's, like, an accident if you, like, drop it from, like, a significant, like, height, more than a couple inches. Like...
So when it accidentally gets dropped from, like, 10 floors up...
I haven't seen that one, but I'd want to see that video. That sounds pretty funny. It's like, and delivered.
And
it's in pieces, but there you go. I mean, I've seen packages get eaten by, like, the conveyor belt or crushed by
But
another
so
box.
say a package that weighs 5.8 pounds gets dropped from 3 stories. How long does it take to hit the ground?
I don't know. I'd have to calculate it.
Well,
A
this
second
is
and a
pass
half?
or fail. Are you going to pass or are you going to fail?
Fail.
Wait, what?
Tap out. I'm going to say second half. I don't know. Somewhere in there.
Okay, that sort of wishy-washiness is why we have a problem. Us Karens have a problem with delivery drivers.
Karens.
Like, if you don't know how long it takes our package to fall from 3 stories, then I'm going to call corporate.
Okay. We'll conduct a long series of tests with your packages specifically to figure out this problem. And only your packages.
I don't need my packages.
Yes, obviously.
Good thing I don't live in Albuquerque,
That
right?
was sarcasm, obviously.
Well, and I don't live here, so I am protected against this.
Oh, okay.
I hope so.
Like I say, most of the time, like, boxes fall on each other. But, like, I guess that's what you're probably thinking. Like, why is this box crushed? It's like, because...
Well,
you get a
sometimes our
pop-up.
packages literally come open with the product spilling out every which way.
Oh, well, so... a lot of the companies don't realize that a single piece of very weak tape is not going to hold heavy things together.
Well, you should see how I package things. I package things like, I put like 5 pounds of tape. Tape is my favorite tool in the world.
Tape
I
is
use
cheap.
so much tape, and
Product
I
is
package things
expensive.
up, and I just like start wrapping it and wrapping it and wrapping it, and I stick on the labels and I stick it over everything because I mean I've had everything happen, like labels fall off and yeah. So tape is my best friend.
Yes, but most of the companies don't do that.
Oh, I see. Well,
They'd rather save the quarter of a penny on tape and return the
well, I
item.
might
don't
be
know.
fired for how much tape I use.
Me.
You don't think so?
Me.
I might be. I might not be over my budgetary allotment.
Me. Tape is
No?
cheap.
You would think
Especially
so?
compared to, like, whatever you're shipping. Unless you're shipping, I don't know, paper.
No, generally what I'm shipping is worth the world.
Yes.
And don't you forget that as the delivery driver. I want to make sure you understand.
Make sure you let us know that it's ultra super important and...
Like the fate of the
Valuable.
entire universe depends upon it.
Oh.
So my really, really important question is, since I write now a series of books about a delivery driver, are you going to read my book?
Oh, yeah.
Do you recommend it to everybody?
I mean, I haven't read it, so...
But I want you to recommend it
yes.
anyway.
Highly recommend it. This book I have not read. I 100% recommend to buy and read right now.
Ship it. shall not be named.
Good. Well, I'm glad that I feel like my audience is now going to have confidence, and I'm going to say thank you for this interview, and we'll talk to you again.